Hot girl habits to stay unbothered. First is the block button. This is so key because anytime someone is aggravating you even slightly, there's always that option to completely remove them from your life. And I'm talking personal relationships, but I'm also talking random strangers on the internet that you just don't want to see their comments anymore. You can totally do that. But before you go to block someone, I want you to understand, is this trying to teach me something? Is this person putting a mirror to my face and that's why I'm triggered right now? You have to ask yourself, okay, are they right or am I right? Are they a little bit right? You have to really reflect on what they're saying before you go and do that. Second is don't give people multiple chances to show you who they are. Listen the first time and make a decision at that time. So, if you're in a friendship or a relationship and this person is showing you who they really are, and you just don't want to see that because you're too blinded and you're too lonely and you want that connection and you want that love, this person is going to end up doing the same thing to you over and over and over and over and over again until you draw the line and you say, no, thank you, that's not a part of my life anymore. So, let's say someone is always flaking on plans and maybe they do it the first couple of times and you're like, okay, let that slide. But if it is a continual thing and they're always flaking on plans and they're still able to do everything else in their life, they just don't want to see you. And that's okay. You don't have to see them ever again. You can leave that relationship. Next is understanding expectations of how a person is before you enter into a relationship with them. So, understand what someone considers to be normal before you start being their friend or being their partner. So, someone could consider, like the last example, someone could consider flaking on plans as normal in a friendship because, oh, we're all busy and all this stuff. And, you know, in my world, that is a blatant disregard for my time. So I wouldn't work well with someone like that because they have different standards than I do of what a friendship is. And maybe that's going to slide in some of their other friendships, but it's not going to slide with you, right? So, understanding and getting very, very clear about who someone is and what their standards are for relationships before you date them or are their friend. If a guy thinks that watching corn is okay in a relationship, he's going to do that, and that's maybe not your standard. So, understand those things. No one who is truly happy in life will go out of their way to comment something negative, ever. Okay? Ever. I am a truly happy person, and never once have I commented something that was hurtful towards someone or just completely unnecessary. Like, there's a difference, like I said, between engaging in a discussion and sharing your ideas and blatantly just commenting something so rude and unnecessary. I get comments on YouTube all the time that are that class of comment that's just completely unnecessary. So don't be that person and, you know, realize those people are not truly happy if the best thing that they can do with their time is comment something completely stupid to you. And that you can reframe everything. So you can say, oh, thanks for the engagement in your mind. Thanks for the engagement. That's really boosting my video. That's a positive thing. And it really is a test to see how rooted and blooming you truly are. Because if someone commented something to me like, oh, you're really ugly, I would just laugh and I'd be like, oh, clearly not. So thank you. And that is a test to see how truly confident I am in my appearance and my looks, right? Next is change is the only constant. So if you're in a bad situation now, you won't necessarily be tomorrow. That's so, so true and important to keep in mind is just because I'm having a bad day today or a bad season doesn't mean the next season is also going to be bad because change is the only constant. Change is the only thing that we reliably know is going to evolve and progress over time. Being alone is better than being in bad company. 100%. I would so much rather be alone than be in bad company with friends or a partner that was negatively impacting and influencing my life. So, if you are feeling alone right now, you're in that lonely season right now, there are so many things you can do to not feel lonely. You can hang out with other people on YouTube like me who are on that same path as you, that similar journey as you, and listen to other people. I would be listening to other female entrepreneurs who are making content, who are doing their thing with their businesses, so that I don't feel lonely because you might not necessarily have a best friend in your life who's at that same level as you, doing the same things as you, to have those conversations with. Sometimes you can find more comfort and knowingness of your journey by watching a stranger's YouTube video than someone that you may find in your own town. So keep that in mind. Also, I don't listen to anyone who tells me that I can't do something. I think that is so insane and so stupid to allow other people's opinions to change what you think about the world and what's possible for you. Never, ever, ever. I have done some pretty crazy things, manifested some pretty insane things, and I always have conversations like it's a normal thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's no way that that's gonna last, or there's no way that that's not gonna happen, or because I just truly, truly believe that there's nothing that you can't have in this life when you truly put in that mental discipline and that physical discipline to do the actions. So, don't ever listen to someone who tells you you can't do it. You can do literally whatever you want to do. And recognize other people as proof of that. I don't internalize other people's negativity because I realize it's a reflection of them and I don't even let it get into my brain. This is so crucial, especially if you're an empath, as I am, because whenever you see people around you who may be struggling or who have negative opinions or negative belief systems, it can be so easy to let that kind of seep into you and change your opinions about the world and yourself. And that's the worst thing you can do. You need to think of it as, and I'll insert a picture of this. There's a stick figure with a big head, and at the top is the conscious mind, and at the bottom is the subconscious mind, and then the body is clearly like the body and the actions that you're taking. So, whenever you hear someone's negative thoughts or opinions, you can let that bounce into your conscious mind and just bounce right back up. But don't let it go into your conscious mind and then your subconscious mind. Because once it goes into your subconscious mind, it goes into your body, meaning the actions that you do. And this is a stick figure by Bob Proctor, who is one of my mentors. So, whenever someone has negativity around you, it's okay for it to go into your conscious mind. It's okay for you to observe it and have it there. But don't let it seep into your subconscious mind and become belief. Because once it becomes belief, it becomes action and it becomes who you are. Have your own things to work on. This is so key. Anytime you're feeling threatened by someone else's life, it's because you don't have a life of your own. If you truly had a life of your own, it would not bother you when that girl you went to high school with is now a multimillionaire, or that guy that you went to summer camp with in elementary school is like famous now. Those things wouldn't bother you. They wouldn't threaten you. They wouldn't make you feel insecure if you had your own life and your own things going on. If I didn't have my business, if I didn't have my routines, if I didn't have all of the content that I'm making and all the goals that I have and the missions that I'm on, yeah, other people's success would definitely threaten me and make me feel less than if I wasn't doing anything about my life, right? When you're doing stuff about your life, those things don't hurt you. They can't get to you, so you can stay unbothered. Know who you are. What does the blueprint of Meg say about me? So, what is my blueprint? Who am I? What kind of person am I? When I look at a piece of paper and someone asks me, who am I? What do I tell them? What do I write down? And you need to write this down for yourself. Have this blueprint of what kind of woman that you are, what kind of person that you are. I am a person who has consistent sleep and wake schedules. I am a person who is always working on content or something business related every single day. I am a person who pours into my mind, body, and soul every single day. I am a person who knows where I'm headed. I am an empathetic, sensitive, positive, happy, optimistic, go lucky person who is so lucky to be living their dream right now. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing, right? And if someone points a camera at you and asks you who you are, what are you going to tell them? "Oh, I work for this company, and then I like to watch my Netflix shows after that, and then, I eat some junk food sometimes, and no. I wake up every day with a purpose. I know what I'm doing. I know what my schedule is. I know what my main goal is. I know what I'm eating. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm listening to podcasts. These are my mentors. These are my favorite creators. This is what I'm eating on a daily basis. These are my macros. This is how much time I spend outside in the sun. Know yourself. To know yourself is to truly be confident and be able to achieve anything that you want to achieve in this world. But the people who don't know themselves fill themselves with all these ideas of who they think that they should be. And they never have a clear direction, and therefore they never achieve anything. They never move forward in their life. So, these are my tips to stay unbothered.